All right, we are back with another episode of Bits That Easy. This is the Friday night edition, Major League Baseball. So, hope everyone's had a great Friday. Get your weekend off to a great start. Watching some baseball. These are some crazy games today, and getting ready for a weekend of baseball, hockey, and basketball. But in all transparency, I have not watched not one NBA playoff game. So, and I don't feel like I'm missing much. I got the Vegas Knights on right here just to watch, but I did have a little wager on the Mets and the Angels, so I'm watching that pretty intently here as well. So if you're watching, please like and subscribe the video. And let's get started. Let's just get into it. So here are our picks for today. The only game that's still lacking is the Angels Mets game, and the Angels are losing. But Rangers, come on, man. What a pick, right? 5-4. They jumped out on, I think they were up like 4-1 or 4-0, and they let the Tigers come back, but they pulled away 1-5-4. Good pick there. The Cubbies have been winning me some money and I kind of like the Cubbies to be honest with you. They played a tough game because they were up 5-1, and the Diamondbacks came back, make it 5-4, and Cubs end up winning 6-5. So close game, but hey, we'll take the W any way you can get it. Toronto in Minnesota. Toronto took care of business 7-3. Not a bad game there. The Braves. Boy, the Braves were losing 6-0 starting in the second inning, or into the third, 6-0. They came back to win 8-6. So good game for the Braves. Almost lost that one there. We'll see. The Angels are losing. Oh well, you can't win them all. The Pirates, man, where'd that come from? The Pirates showed up 9-1 today over Cincinnati. You know what? We'll take it. The Pirates were due. They've lost like 4 or 5 in a row, so I'm sure they were due. That's okay. We'll take that W. I mean that L. And then Washington lost to the Brewers, and I'm going to tell you why here shortly. So, all right. So that's what happened. So far we are 4-2 on Friday. Man, it looks like it's going to be 5-2 because the Angels are not doing anything. Why would I put money on the Angels? But anyway, let's see. So we're going to go to Saturday's games. So Saturday, we're gonna start off with the Rangers, Tigers. Rangers pitching rocker, 3.38 ERA in 5 starts. Now I will say this kid's getting better. His last 2 games, he's pitched 6 innings in both of them. He's given up 2 runs and 1 run. So that's really good because earlier he was giving up quite a few hits. 6 and 4 hits, okay, but I guess defensively we're playing pretty well. Um, so the Rangers have actually won only one of his 5 starts, but that was 2 starts ago. But he's had really good starts. So that means he's coming around here. Good news for us. The Rangers did win game 1 against the Tigers. So that's a good start. The first game of a series is always tough to decide because you don't know which teams are going to show up, hence the Pirates Reds. Who knew the Reds are going this way, the Pirates are going this way? It flipped. So, oh well, but we got that first game out of the way. Um, Tigers are pitching Montero 4.0 ERA, 5 starts. He's pitched 5 innings in each of his last two. He's given up 3 runs. So that means tomorrow he's going to give up at least 3 runs. Their bullpen will probably give up another 2 or 3 runs. So hopefully a nice little W for the Rangers. D-backs and Cubs. Oh man. Okay, I didn't update the spreads on these, so I'll look them up while we're talking about this. Dang it. Why would you not do that? All right. Um Rangers plus 109. So Rangers are a dog tomorrow. So if the Rangers win, that's a good dog pick. Um Diamondbacks are plus 139. Cubs are minus 168. So they do like the Cubs tomorrow in a big way. The Diamondbacks are pitching Nelson, 7.71 ERA in 5 games. His last 2 games, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, and then he pitched 1 inning and gave up 8 runs. That is a horrible outing. But you know what? It happens. You know, here's the thing. I would love to dog these pitchers for what they do, but I've never pitched a game in my life, so I can't. I don't want to do that. I don't, feel bad because he's a professional. Even though he pitched 1 inning, he gave up 8 runs, which actually I could do that too. I could probably be a professional then too. Just kidding, Nelson. So the D-backs have won 2 of his 5 starts. That one outlier, obviously, the 8 runs in 1 inning. Um, Today they actually almost came back, so good for them. Cubs are pitching Imanaga. Imanaga. 5 innings. No, sorry, 5 starts, 3.15 ERA. 5 innings pitched in his last one where he gave up 5 runs. The prior one, 7 innings pitched, 1 run. So pretty good. They've actually won the Cubs have won 2 of his last 3 starts, and he's very consistent in the innings that he's been pitching, 5, 6, and 7s. They won game 1, and I told you they're a pretty heavy favorite. So I'm gonna go Cubs winning game 2. But this is the thing, right? Another one where if you're looking for a dog to play and you're hoping to make a little extra dineros, the 139, sorry, I didn't put that on there. The 139 for the Diamondbacks, that's a good, like, hey, I gave it a shot. Who knows what's going to happen? Blue Jays and Twins. Blue Jays are pitching Cease, 2.87 ERA in 5 starts. His both last 2 starts, 5 innings, 4 runs, 5 innings, 2 runs. Pretty consistent there. The Blue Jays have actually lost 2 of the last 3 starts, and they're not giving a whole lot of runs there. Well, sorry, they're not scoring a whole lot of runs, but they did today. So let's see if that stays for tomorrow. They hit well today, which is really good. The Twins are pitching Prelip. Let's see, 4.0 ERA, 2 starts, 5 innings pitched, 2 runs, 4 innings pitched, 2 runs in a win and a loss. So is he going to stay consistent in those, those 4 or 5 innings and 2 runs? Or will he have his outlier of maybe 1 inning, 8 runs? We never know. So for that reason, I'm going to stick. Well, I mean, stick. I'm going to go Twins tomorrow just because I think the Blue Jays will give up. He'll give up hits. He'll give up runs. I mean, I think the Twins are going to kind of right the ship. They may not right it for the whole weekend, but maybe for tomorrow. So let's go Twins tomorrow. And we got the Braves and the Rockies. Let me see what that one is here. Um, okay, they don't have a line yet, but I would imagine it's close to what it is right now, because the Braves are pitching Sale tomorrow. That guy's their ace. 2.31 ERA in 5 starts. His last 6 innings, 0 runs, 7 innings, 1 run. I'd say that's pretty good. That's ace stuff there. The Braves actually have won 3 starts in a row, or his 3 starts in a row, and 4 of his 5 starts they've won. So game 1, they obviously had to come back. I think that was a little eye opener for him. I think they continue to do. He'll pitch well. They'll hit better tomorrow, and they'll come with the win. But just like I said yesterday, so if you bet the Rockies, you were close to making some pretty good money, except for the fact that you let the Braves score 6 runs in the eighth and the ninth inning to come back and win 8-6. So good try, almost had it. Mets and Angels, they're still 2 bad teams. They actually already have their line, and they haven't even finished the game today. They have the Mets favored -126. The Angels are the dog at +104. The over-under's at 8 there. Let's see where they're at. No, never mind. I'm not going to do that. But so the Mets pitching McLean 2.55 ERA in 5 starts. His last 5 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. That's not too bad. But they were both in losses. I'm pretty sure they're number one because they give this guy no run support. In 4 of the games that he started, the Mets have scored 1 run, 3 runs, 1 run, and 1 run. That is not run support right there. And they've lost 4 starts. They've lost his 4 starts in a row. So that's not looking good for them, except for the fact that they're playing the Angels, who are pitching Detmers 4.28 ERA in his 5 starts. Last one, 5 innings, 3 runs, 6 innings, 4 runs, both in losses as well. The Angels have lost 4 of his 5 starts, and they've lost the last 2 in a row. So I should have done this today. Actually, we don't even know. I mean, they could come back here. Let's look at the game really quick. Yeah, it's 4-3 in the eighth. We are going the Mets to win tomorrow. It probably won't even be this close. The Angels actually jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and the Mets tied it midway through the game, and then they took the lead here in like the sixth or seventh inning. So that's kind of rough there, but oh well, it is what it is. You know what? That's baseball, though. I'll tell you that because you just don't know. Well, I'll explain that afterwards here. But let's go Reds and Pirates. So Reds are pitching louder, 3.18 ERA in his 5 starts. 5 innings pitched, 2 runs in his last start. 6 innings pitched, 1 run in the previous start. The Reds have won 2 of his last 3 starts, but they did lose the last game that he pitched. So they do got their work cut out for them because the Pirates showed up today. I think 9-1. Where did that come from? Pirates are pitching Mladzinski. That's a great name if I knew how to pronounce it. 4.13 ERA in 5 starts. His last 3 innings pitched, not good, 5 runs. 4 innings pitched, 5 runs. Very consistent in how many runs he's given up. Guess what? He lost both those games, his last 2. But the Pirates have won 3 of his 5 starts, but they did lose the last 2, which are those 2 that I just said, because he gave up 5 runs. Let's say he stays consistent. They give up 5 more runs. Not sure. So they're not getting a ton of run support. They did win the game today 9-1, but we're going Cincinnati to right the ship. I think Mladzinski is going to be as consistent, probably give up 5 runs again. So last game on our card, Brewers and Washington. Brewers are pitching Harrison, 2.28 ERA. This is actually a pretty good matchup. I'll tell you, and you'll see. 5 games, his last 2, 6 inning pitch, no runs, 3 innings pitch, 1 run, both in wins. They've actually won, the Brewers have won his last 3 out of 4 starts, and they've won the last 2 in a row. Good for them. They had a good hitting night tonight. Obviously, they beat Washington, but it wasn't like all the runs in one. It was like a run, no run, a run, no run, 2 runs. So, it was spread out throughout, which is really good. It's not like when you get a bunch of runs, like um, the Rockies did in 1 inning, and then you lose the game at the end. Let's see. Nationals are pitching Griffin, 2.67 ERA, which is actually just about the same there. 5 innings pitch. I'm sorry, 5 games pitch. His last game, 7 innings pitched, no runs. 6 inning pitch, 3 runs, both in wins. They've actually won 4 starts in a row for him. So are they going to break the streak? So here's why I said we should have known that Washington was going to lose. Yeah, Washington is 3-11 at home. That's a bad record. And if I'd have known that, I'd have picked the Brewers today. Well, not that if I'd have known, if I'd have paid attention and seen that. So for that reason, tomorrow, 2 good pitchers coming up. We'll see which bullpen decides to hold. But the Brewers are 3-11 at home. So I'm sorry, the Nationals are 3-11 at home. So guess what? We're going Brewers. So those are your picks right there. We'll see. I'll update that my win-loss record as soon as this game's over for tomorrow's games or for tomorrow's show. But here's what I wanted to say really quick. So, when I'm looking at these games, I'm not sure. I mean, when anyone looks at them, I think we mostly look at records and we're like, hey, the record's better than the other one. They should win. Braves are better than Colorado. They should win. They were losing really bad, and it took a comeback to win at the end. Reds are better than the Pirates. They should win. Guess what? The Pirates scored 9. The Reds scored 1. Like, you don't know those. When I look at these, the first thing I look at is the pitching matchups. Because if you think about this, if you're watching the NFL, barring injuries, you're going to have the same starting quarterback every game, right? Let's say, 17 game season, most of them you're going to have the same starting quarterback. So you kind of prep for the same guy. You're playing hockey, you're going to play probably the same goalie, every game, most of the games in the season, especially if you're playing a 7-game series, you probably play the same goalie. In basketball, barring injury, you're going to play the same starting five, especially in a series, right? You're going to play the same starting five every game. But in baseball, it's different because you are going to face a different pitcher. You're going to put two pitchers against each other every game. And then, depending on whether one's a left handed pitcher or a right handed pitcher, that actually could change the lineup a little bit. And so, when I look at these games, the first thing I look at is the pitching matchup. And I do look at ERAs, but ERAs can trick you a little bit. So you got to start with the ERAs, but I want to look at what do they do at least the last two games. I actually look at the last five games, but I just tell you guys about the last two of what they've done. I mean, I look at all their games that they pitch, and then you kind of get a chance, get a feel for like, are they consistent? Are they, up and down, up and down? Was there just an outlier in that game, in their ERA that made it look bad, but they're actually pretty good. So I start there. And then when I go to after that pitching matchup, I kind of look at, what have they been doing recently, the teams. Have they been scoring runs? Have they not been scoring runs? Have they been losing close games? Have they been winning in blowouts? Have they been getting blown out? So you kind of put that together, and then as you get those together, then you kind of look at, and you don't have to look at how they've done for the last month. It's actually, I mean, they do. I look at the last five games. I think that gives you a good idea of what their momentum is right now. Is it good? Is it bad? And then what is even crazier is it doesn't even matter. Then you start a new series with a new team, and anything can happen. Hence the Milwaukee whipping the Nationals, Cincinnati getting beat by the Pirates, Colorado almost beating Atlanta. So you'd never know with that. So it's really tough when you're figuring all this stuff out. But I tell you, this is what I enjoy is kind of like putting all that together, trying to come up with one pick to say who's going to win the game, and and then if you're feeling lucky, then you put some money on it. So, but anyway, hope you had a great time watching this. Hope you learned a little bit. These are the picks for tomorrow. If you're watching baseball tomorrow, I hope you have a great day doing that. Hope your team wins because I sure do hope mine wins. And if you bet money, I hope you win a ton of it. So have a great one. We'll see you next time.